welcome to this episode of Boplay. I'm Lucas, this is Hashi, this is Sue, and this is Syazwan. And today's episode we're going to be talking about your toxic traits.
Or our toxic trait. Okay, let's not make you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, man. We are here to say people say yourself. So now let's begin with saying yourself first. Let's see. What's the thing that I really hate about people is when they are rude. But in the sense where they disguise their vulgarities as their nature. It's like they will always drop F-bombs, but technically say, oh, I'm sorry, it's just me as a person. What?
I mean, that's me leh.
Say people say yourself, what? Both
Wait,
perspectives.
if you have problems with me, we can settle it after this.
I don't know.
Okay,
someone seems to have problems with everybody in this group.
Okay, I'm not
Doing a
attacked. I'm not attacked. It's okay, it's your
I'm not
opinion.
attacking.
Yeah,
This is
but
our perspective.
Okay, then Sue, what's yours?
Yeah, what's yours?
Wait, toxic trait is not the same as red flag.
It's not.
It's not,
Red flags
but-
is something that you cannot stand when you date someone else.
But it's
Oh,
that's
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's toxic what?
No, that oh my god.
Okay lah, we talk
A
about
red
it
flag
later.
could be that person is poor, but that's not a toxic trait. Some people don't date poor people, so that's a red flag.
Okay, then I would
Okay.
say that my red flag, okay, not my
Toxic trait.
the toxic trait that I can't stand is absolutism. It's that the belief that there's your way or highway. Is that the quote? Yeah? Yeah. So there's only one way of viewing, and nowadays because the world is very polarized, and I also say that because I also catch myself with that, like which I'm trying to work on. So yes, absolutism. You?
Well, for toxic traits, well, I don't think I'm toxic, but people think I'm toxic. For example,
Isn't that toxicity in itself?
okay lah, but that is why some people they're not aware that they are toxic
Yeah,
until
it's your
until people tell that actually you are toxic because of something that you do. Okay, so there's one time on TikTok, right? I replied to a comment, and then that person said I'm self-centered, and I was like,
I think the mistake was replying to the comment.
okay, never mind. But when that is why. Okay. So that person said I'm self-centered, right? Which I don't think I'm self-centered.
I also don't think you're self-centered.
Yeah, that's why. Then that person think I'm self-centered.
Yeah.
What's
But
wrong
wait,
with
so
being-
I have to sit down and I really sit down and reflect. I ask myself, am I self-centered?
You're not.
But what's wrong with being self-centered? People call me self-centered before, and I love it because that shows that I have boundaries and I know what I want and what I need. So, I mean, if there's a difference between self-centeredness and selfishness, do you feel selfish or self-centered?
Not at
You
all.
have to serve
nothing.
yourself, you cannot
I
be
think-
Mother Teresa. Like, oh, Mother Teresa is not a good example. She has a lot of
Okay,
toxic traits.
if you ask me to choose, I prefer self-centered. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, and I think okay. Let us admit lah. I think last time I'm a person that to avoid conflict.
Okay, that's
Okay.
no. We're talking
That's
about
avoidance.
toxic traits that you don't like in people. Don't talk about yourself.
Oh,
first.
okay. I said say people say yourself first. Wow.
No, say people.
Say people first.
Okay lah. Okay, what I don't know about people is judgmental. I hate people judge people. Yeah, because I think that who are you to judge people? You're also human like me, but when you die, you also go to the grave. But why you judge people for what? You know?
But you have the whole TikTok where you just judge people.
That was a persona. Okay, that one is.
toxic trait.
Bang!
Good segue to the
Very
next
hot. Okay, but that is my personality, like my social persona lah. But in real life, I don't judge people.
Oh.
But that is just.
Okay.
Then you're trying to
Okay.
compensate for something? I don't know.
Like
Okay.
your alter ego.
Okay, let's move on.
Alright, Lucas.
I'm done. I lost my train of totally lost my train of
I
thought.
feel very hot.
I guess the toxic trait that I cannot stand is when people don't have any form of pride. Like they don't take pride in their actions, they don't take pride in their work. They're just everything that they do, they just do it bare minimum, like the bare minimum effort. They just wanna be able to just pass. And to me, that's something I cannot stand. Especially if I have to work with that kind of
Yeah,
people.
then can I ask why do you think it's toxic?
No, it's just I guess it's the way I was raised. Like I just cannot stand when people not do their best
But
Because-
what if that is their best? What if they think that that is their best?
No. That's why I'm not saying those people that are not good enough. I'm obviously not, pointing out, you only did 50% of your test, you suck. It's not. It's when people are proud of it. Like, I didn't have, I didn't even put in effort.
Okay.
I just did this job, and then like the boss don't care, so I also don't care lah, can work from home more, like, I mean, it's like, I don't want to do it, then don't do it lah, like, they are very proud of it. They're like, wow, today I only work 4 hours,
Okay.
when people are paying them for full days of work, and then they're so proud of, like, not doing their best, and they wear it as like a badge of honor. Yeah.
So they are perpetuating, like, it's okay to be lazy. It's
Yeah, and then
okay
they will
to
tell-
do bare minimum.
Yeah, so especially like when we're doing like events and stuff, there's like set up, tear down, then there are like people that will be like, you're not paid enough, you don't need to do that, you don't need to just.
Calculative ah.
Yeah, then they'll take toilet break at the correct time, then they'll be so proud of it, like, then they'll teach their friends at this point, when everyone is doing it, right, we just go together, that kind of thing. That's my toxic trait that I cannot stand. Yeah. Definitely, quite a few, but I think my biggest one would be arrogance. Yeah, I'm quite an arrogant guy. I always believe that my way is better lah. I don't know why. It's just the way I am.
Do you think you're
But-
the best?
No, I definitely know I'm not the best.
That.
Yeah, but I guess it's just the carryover of confidence, of not being able to draw the line of when I'm performing and when I'm not performing. Because when I'm performing, I have to be confident. I cannot doubt myself. Even if I screw up the line, I cannot doubt myself. I have to believe that I'm the best in order to perform better. You know what I mean? So that this, like, I have to take I do a NG, and then, if I'm not confident, that could rattle me, and that day could be just down the drain. So I have to believe that I'm the best. But sometimes I have an issue of disconnecting, my work and normal life.
I think for me, I'm very like, my toxic trait is like impulsiveness. Like, for example, I follow my anger so much, like emotion. If like something like I don't agree to something, or like if someone like make me feel angry, right, I will just
Blurted?
Mm. No, not better. I will just like
Lash
say
out.
what I think. Yeah, I just
They're
lash
very
out. I
active,
just
very
rant.
active.
I just rant. I love to rant a lot. Yeah, because but later I feel regret about it.
Because that was a bit too much already. Right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
at that moment I was very angry. Then I ranted out,
You
and
don't
then
control.
I don't control my emotions, and then later on I regret it. Yeah, so that is my secret.
I think look at me, wearing green, like poison, like really toxic, but I don't know.
I think that's your
So
answer.
that's the toxic trait lah.
Yeah.
She doesn't know her toxic trait. Guys, why don't you tell us what her toxic trait is in the comments down below?
Just bully me. Okay, I think my toxic trait is okay, I think my toxic trait is me being very emotional. So like I let my emotions guide my judgment and my decisions, which stems from impulsiveness. Like, I can't make excuse for why I'm impulsive. I mean, I have ADHD, so I'm inherently impulsive. So I have to inherently control my impulsivity almost all the time. Like me right now, I want to shake my leg, but I am on video, so I cannot shake my leg. So I mean, it's like also I have to start developing this awareness of my impulsivity. But one thing that I cannot control as good is like the impulsive emotions. Yeah, and then I'll just rattle on, like, I feel shit, therefore this is not gonna be great, this day is shit, blah blah blah, and then it snowballs into like things that doesn't even, like, in other people's, like, right, you don't think it's bad at all, but for me it's like I'm dying.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I continue?
There's no one to look at.
I mean,
It's you.
I think on my end, this was something that someone had pointed out to me before in the past, but it was a trait of me nonetheless, so it was a part of me. It was my negativity. So last time in the past, I was always kind of negative with things. So I was always too scared, always too afraid to really just take a look at the bright side of life. So I was always contemplating. Then I was always like not in the mood to like associate with my friends. So I will always just want to be on my own. But yeah, you know, when I look back at it, right, it's really hard for me to say it's a toxic trait because it was a mental health condition. Can we say that our mental health condition is toxicity? But I will need to also go on this line to say that I understand and I admit that it was a mental health condition, but I am working on it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say that this was a toxic trait in the past. So that's why I'm progressing right now. I don't consider myself as negative as before. I am quite a positive person to the extent that in my other commitments outside from this, you know, a lot of people actually look up to me now. They see me as a source of inspiration. So I would say, yeah, toxic traits can be changed, I guess.
I look to you as a source of inspiration.
Yeah, I told you before.
I mean, like, we cannot define people just by their 0.1% of toxic trait, you know, because like it can be reflected on, and you can work towards it in a more positive manner, and you can change it. Of course, when you want to change it for the better, lah, not for the worse. Yeah.
And these toxic traits stems from the problems that we have. You know, it could be mental health, something that you really can't help. Even like, for example, alcoholism. Like, I'm not promoting, but people have alcohol addiction or drug addictions because of mental health issues, and there are just so many layers of things that make a person toxic. So I think we also need to have some sort of empathy and sympathy for people who have toxic traits, and yes, like call people out, and then but make sure it's a safe space so people can work through it. So the first step is having that awareness of your toxic trait, I guess.
But you didn't know it.
So yeah, what's my toxic trait? I think he will say I'm a snowflake, right?
I think for me, right, I think your toxic trait is you think you always right.
Oh yeah, I am aware of that.
I think,
I am.
Okay, so now we know what Sue's toxic trait is. Tell us what your toxic trait is
Eh, walao, what
in the
the-
comments down below.
No, wait, pause. How can
Don't
you
forget
call
to
me
share,
out?
like, and subscribe to our YouTube
Say
channel.
people
No.
share or share both
No,
perspectives.
it's not
New
fair.
Friday, new videos every Friday.
Bye!